Hey there, Dave with a review of The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. Now, if you've been wondering where several of your nerdier friends have been, then it's shut up in their rooms, eating junk food, drinking energy drinks, and playing this. So as a preliminary review, the game is absolutely phenomenal. I finally managed a few days ago to make my way back into the real world, and after my prolonged exposure to the land of Skyrim, something in the region of 100 hours of killing things, hiking across the beautiful mountainous terrain to a cave where you go and kill things. Of course, no, this isn't mindless slaughter. Ooh, no. There are so many side quests, missions, tasks from NPCs that your head might explode. But to be honest, the game is so spectacularly fun to play that you could well just find yourself wandering across the world, exploring ruined keeps, hunting for hidden treasures, and tracking down giants for no other reason than just to experience the world. The questing is dynamic, the characters react believably to a myriad of dialogue choices, and generally further your immersion in the multitude of different veins of stories through the game. For instance, you can start a side quest to go and learn some new spells to further your budding mage's potency at hurling fiery death. And upon your arrival at the College of Winterhold, you can spend hours and hours completing this epic quest chain that leaves you a great and powerful archmage and proprietor of this fine magical establishment. You can ally yourselves with the ancient and prestigious mercenary guild, the Brotherhood, and face the prospect of joining the elite inner circle of werewolves. These are literally but a fraction of different paths and stories to pursue, and just a taster for a few things I've experienced personally in the game. Now, with all the possibilities of stories, I'd best move on to the actual gameplay. So, as with the other Elder Scrolls titles, you play either in the first or third person. Personally, I use the unique first-person style because of the immersion factor, and then the kind of consequent danger of fighting huge battles face-to-face with the enemy, and the sense of wonderment whilst discovering these hidden tombs and long-forgotten kings with basically what becomes your own eyes. So, the combat is visceral, whether it be loosing an arrow at an unsuspecting guardsman, crushing the skull of a skeleton, or Fus Rodar, shouting at a dragon. Yes, this is in the game, and it isn't quite as silly as it sounds. The physics tend to be slightly over the top at times, but not so much that you feel ridiculous, just giving you a sense of unlimited power, to coin the meme. There's a lot of diversity in enemies, and honestly, it never really becomes a repetitive experience, which is pretty impressive for an RPG that can keep you playing for hundreds of hours. Now, whilst I'm no stickler for graphics, boy, are these ones impressive. Whilst they look great on the Xbox and PS3, on a high-end gaming PC, it looks absolutely amazing. The level of realism from the dynamic snowfall, the detail on your character's arms, and your movements, and the sun shafts peeking over mountaintops, it really is breathtaking at times. But while I can spend all day going on about how awesome everything is in the game, there are a few minuscule things that aren't quite so awesome. So in the spirit of fairness, I'll highlight a few of these. The first is the user interface. So the UI seems kind of clunky in that there are far too many categories for items, and that swapping abilities and weapons in combat is a real pain. Whilst it's true that you can have your favourites, you have to pause the action and scroll down to find the item you're looking for. This really breaks down the flow of combat. It would be nice to see a quick swap option maybe, to be able to sling your bow on your back and bring out the sword and board when the enemies get too close, for example. The UI seems especially frustrating on the PC, which is a shame. Apart from that, there are a couple of texture bugs on the console, and a bunch of other little bits on the PC. Well, or so I've heard. I've been kind of bug-free during most of my play, but it is something worth mentioning. Overall, though, this game truly is awesome. For me, it's the must-play of the year for any gamer, and so if you don't get it for Christmas or already have it, buy it. Just remember to eat and drink. Sleeps for the week. Oh, and make sure you get this after the assignment deadlines if you're thinking of getting it, since it's pretty easy to just lose 5 or 6 hours when you should be writing essays. Anyway, have fun in Skyrim. Dave out.